With the help of my brother, in the last few years, I've purchased 3 of these HP laptops. And the one that gave us a little trouble was my dad's laptop. We started getting the HP 3 blink on the power indicator. Now these laptops are all very similar, they look alike. This one here in my dad's have the AMD processor. And this one here has the Intel processor. This is an, I believe it's an i5. But what happened was the computer went dead, and then when you hit the power button, then the LED light by the power plug, which is right here, would start to blink 3 times. So every time you touch the power button, it would blink 3 times. And it wouldn't start, nothing would happen on the screen. It appears the battery is completely dead. So what we did was, since I've got 3 of them, they actually have like 3 identical power supplies. Some sort of a smart power supply plug from Hewlett Packard. And all these power supplies basically look like this with this type of plug. This right angle plug with a blue tip. So here's a close-up of the information on the bad plug and one of the good plugs. The power rating on all 3 of them is 45 watts, 19.2 volts, too small, can't read it, and something like 2.3 amps. Anyway, I'll throw it up here on the screen. But anyway, same identical power plugs. So I got back into town and we took one of my good power supplies and we plugged it into his computer, and then it started to boot up right away. So online, I've seen a lot of information on, oh, if you get the 3 blinks, then it's a hardware problem. Take your computer apart, unplug this, do that, do that. I think the first thing you want to try is get a new power supply. There are so many of these power supplies available at Amazon, for example, and eBay. Makes you kind of suspicious that they got a little problem with their power supplies. But on the other hand, the other 2 have been working very fine. So. When I get into it, you're going to see that this one here is kind of busted up a little bit. The case is on both sides. So this one here is kind of on its last legs. I don't know if I overextended the hinge or not, but I'm going to be swapping out the hard drives on this one and this one in a future date. So I'm going to be down to 2. So I had a spare power supply. So he's got that one. He's working fine. And I'll show you that the voltages on both these power supplies, the good one and the bad one, they both show voltage. And I'll show that here in a second. And I also took this computer here and drained it down to about 9% on battery life. And then I plugged the bad power supply into it to show that it's bad with this computer too. So it was a power supply problem and not something else. So I repeated the results. So I'll show that to you here in a second also. So here's my dad's computer with the 3 blinking problem. So you can see that you hit the power button, then you get 3 rapid blinks by the power plug. And then when I did the same thing on mine, here you can see a little bit closer on how fast the blinking starts when you hit the power button, because the power button is very close here to the actual power port. And you can see that when I put when I had my dead battery, then I plugged the bad power supply in, you can see how quickly it reacts and blinks 3 times. So that kind of proved that the bad power supply was a bad power supply. And then later on, I'll show you what happens when you have a dead battery and you're going to charge it up, what the lights are for a good laptop when you charge it up. Now here are 2 power supplies. This one here with the blue tape is the bad power supply. This is the good power supply, the last good one I have. So I've got a voltmeter here set on 200 volts because this is going to read pretty close to 20 volts. So the good power supply, it's reading 19.8 on this voltmeter. And if I go to the bad one, it also reads 19.8, but once again, it doesn't charge the laptop.
When the battery level is very low, then it starts flashing, continuously flashing the blue light. It's still got a solid red light, and we're at 99% charge. And now we got a blue light, solid blue light, and we're fully charged at 100%.
And as I said, these power supplies, there's a bunch of them available on Amazon. I didn't have to buy any, but here's one of the Amazon favorites that is like $20. So they're not too expensive. You can get aftermarket ones for as low as $9, $10. So if you have the 3-blink problem, you might want to try and get a power supply first before you do anything else. Thanks for watching.